Bro. Okay, is this really the conversation we're going to be having today? We're talking about Jordan Binnington of the St. Louis Blues and, most notably, of Team Canada at the 2026 Winter Olympics for men's ice hockey, and the latest in Binnington trade talk that links him to the Montreal Canadiens? What in the gosh darn world is going on here? Well, let's dive into the numbers and get into where this is coming from. Jordan Binnington is 32 years old, 6'2", 172. He is listed as an agitator on Elite Prospects. They have him as an agitator on his player type on the website, which is absolutely outstanding. Outstanding work there by the EP team. They usually use labels like these for players that have general labels that you can attach to them. Like Connor McDavid is a speedster, a cerebral tactician. Not every player has a player type, just the notable ones. But Jordan Binnington is listed as an agitator. That's hilarious. Anyways, his contract goes on till 2027, making $6 million a year. Binnington is a Stanley Cup champion. He is an Olympic silver medalist, and at the Olympics, he had a .917 save percentage in 5 games played. That contrasts quite heavily to his .864 save percentage with the Blues this season, although it should be said that the Blues kinda suck. So we can give Binnington the pass as much as we want. Binnington also had a .914 save percentage in 26 games when the Blues won the Stanley Cup. Most notably, he did that all while being a rookie in the National Hockey League. Funnily enough, for a Canadian team at the Olympics that had so many issues and so many reasons for Canadian fans to freak out and break down and analyze what went wrong, it's funny, but Jordan Binnington was not one of those issues. Oh yeah, Cale Makar did the pinch. Oh yeah, Nathan MacKinnon hesitated. Oh yeah, McKinnon missed the empty net. Oh yeah, Celebrini and McDavid flubbed the breakaways. Oh yeah, Connor Hellebuck was good. Oh yeah, this and that and the other thing. Nobody says, oh yeah, Jordan Binnington lost us that game. It's kind of funny because the guy actually had a pretty good Olympics, and we can say that about a guy that maybe wasn't projected to doing as well as we thought he would. With that said, we have ourselves a trade idea that tosses Jordan Binnington over to the Montreal Canadiens of all teams. And it comes to us from the folks on Habs Fan TV Sports. They tweeted out an excerpt of a recent Athletic article. This was from yesterday, and it says this: I'm seeing all these rumors about Binnington to Montreal today, and I finally find the source. How does Corey Pronman of The Athletic still have a job? Take a look at this analysis over here. Jordan Binnington. Hypothetical trade idea. The Montreal Canadiens would get Jordan Binnington and a 2026 fifth-round pick from the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Blues would get Brendan Gallagher, a 2026 first-round pick, and a 2027 third-round pick that becomes a second if the Canadiens advance to the Eastern Conference Finals in 26 or 27. Craig Button in this article says the Canadiens don't need a goalie. Corey Pronman says this is probably the most reasonable trade idea I've seen so far. This could get done. Now, I'm not going to go out there and diss Corey Pronman. This is just what the tweet goes out there and says. But the idea of Jordan Binnington going over to the Montreal Canadiens, firstly in a trade for Brendan Gallagher, secondly in a trade where Montreal is giving up a first and a third on top of Gallagher to get him, that feels so out of pocket. And it really has me questioning, man, is Brendan Gallagher really that bad? Like, is he really that undesirable of a piece that Jordan Binnington going over to Montreal would require Gallagher to be attached with a first and a third? Gally's 33 years old. He's making $6.5 million till the end of 2027. So honestly, the contracts are similar. Same expiration date. Gally is making $500K more. But Brendan Gallagher this season has 19 points in 57 games, on pace for 28 points over a full 82. He is no longer the 30-goal scorer that he was almost a decade ago. But he's a full leadership presence on this team, and I think Montreal Canadiens fans, despite the fact that they know this guy ain't that good anymore, he is still a very beloved member of this fan base. He works hard. He is a dog. He does what he thinks he needs to do, and he's pretty darn good at being an opponent that really makes things difficult for the opposition. I want to see, does he have the agitator label too? Yes, he does. Brendan Gallagher also has agitator listed on his player type, along with grinder and role player. So Jordan Binnington, he's got you beat there. Jordan Binnington is no role player. He is just a straight-up starting goaltender. But this disparity between Gallagher and Binnington's value is so vast that I wonder, is it all because of the Olympic Games? Like, did the writer of this trade idea straight up say, yeah, well, Binnington almost won a gold medal. He was a save away from getting another chance to win gold in an overtime period of 3-on-3. This guy's worth a lot more than Brendan Gallagher right now. As if we're going to pretend like Jordan Binnington isn't at an .864 save percentage in the NHL regular season. I mean, can one Olympic tournament really change fate that much? Take a look at the NHL save percentage and sort by lowest, and you will see Jordan Binnington is literally the fourth worst goalie in the league. Only Samuel Ersson, Peter Mrazek, and Levi Merilainen have fewer save percentage numbers than Binnington does. He's doing poorly this season, and so is Sergei Bobrovsky. I had to drop this guy in fantasy. He sucks so bad. With that said, this Jordan Binnington Montreal idea does pose some pretty interesting questions. Button says the Canadiens do not need a goalie. Okay, that's quite the interesting take. I'd say that for Montreal fans, maybe a few months ago, they would have said, yeah, they need a goalie. Montembeault sucks, Fowler is in the AHL, and Dobesh is shaky. I think these days it's a lot more stable in the crease, but imagine thinking that Jordan Binnington is the guy to go out there and make things fully functional and consistent once more. Even with the stellar Olympic tournament that he had, it's hard to argue with an .864 save percentage. Scrolling down over here, replies are very, very up in arms. A first and a third, rent cannot be that high. A first and a third for Binnington? Zero chance. Pronman saying it's reasonable says a lot. Honestly, if it means dumping Gallagher and Montembeault, I'd 100% do it. It shouldn't cost a first, as was suggested, though. If you scroll back and you replace first-round pick with Samuel Montembeault, let's say it's Gallagher, Monty, and a third for Binnington and a fifth, that makes a lot more sense in my mind. Not because Montembeault is this terrible goalie, but because I do understand the thought process that says that you would rather rely on a guy like Binnington over a guy like Montembeault. As much as I talk about Binner's save percentage being down in the dumps this season, you also have to acknowledge that he's on St. Louis. If he's playing in front of a team that has a better D-core, not even the best D-core, a D-core with Sanheim, Drew Doughty, and Colton Parayko can still allow this guy to get a .914, .915, .917 save percentage over the span of 5 games. Now, Logan Thompson probably was better, but still. It's funny, because Jordan Binnington didn't really have the best games in the middle rounds either. 8-5-7 against France, 8-7-5 against Czechia, 8-8-2 against Finland. He won all those games, but his best performances came against the Czechs to open things up with a shutout, and then the .929 save percentage game and the gold medal game against the US. He only got beat twice. First goal was just kind of a lazy play by him, honestly, and a lazy play by Makar and Taves. Second goal was a brilliant shot by Jack Hughes in OT. But is that enough to really force this guy into the spotlight of Montreal Canadiens management? I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, whether or not an idea of Binnington to Montreal makes sense. And do you agree with Craig Button or Corey Pronman's assessment of the trade idea? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this British Roll 9. And bye.